It is time once again for the weekly closes on our favorite Bitcoin miners. Let's get right into it with CleanSpark. This week it was a disappointment with minus 3.23%. You can see that we came up to the 50-week moving average and just got immediately rejected off of that in the past. I don't know what's going on with my computer. I don't know why you can't see. And then this week we continued lower. We didn't quite engulf this green candle here. I really want to see it stay above 850, 845, 850. The RSI here is just floundering at the 50 level. We printed a darker green on the weekly BX trender. If that continues through to next week, which it very likely will, I think the back end of June is likely going to see these miners perform quite weakly. Maybe Bitcoin might do that as well. We'll take a look at that another day. Anyways, yeah, the CleanSpark is not really showing much here. We do have a bunch of drawings about to pop up, but we do have this inverted head and shoulders. But if we could continue it down any lower, it kind of gets invalidated and won't allow us to go higher up. We have gotten out of this ascending channel here, so that ascending channel is done. That's gone. Getting rid of it. We have bounced off this critical white line here once already. If we go any lower than we already did this week, then we are going to collide with that one more time. Okay, that's really important. You can see the volume. You can see the volume profile here. If we get above the 200-week moving average, we've got open air all the way up to about 16 bucks. That'll be pretty fantastic, but I really don't know if that's going to happen. We can look at the monthly real quick, see how that's coming in, but I'm assuming that's not going to be coming in too great either. Not really. No, the BX trender is showing that it's not as bad there. You can see it's getting lighter red, and you can see that on the stochastics here. This is a different stochastic one than I had before. It's running the same stochastics, but I've got less. It's a little different. It's changed. This one's not custom to me, but it is one that you can find. I'll tell you about another time. But it's getting ready to cross up. That'd be pretty good if it did. Last time we got a cross up on that was down here back in February 2023, and we all know what happened after that. So hopefully we get something like that coming through here. That's what's kind of having me hold hope here, is that the bigger time frames are looking pretty good. But this is not a monthly video. That comes out in like a week and a half or so. All right, anyways. Yeah, that's CleanSpark for now. Let's go ahead and, oh yeah, let's bring up the fib clouds. Let's see where those pop on here. So on the fib clouds on the weekly, we've got like 20 to 22 being like the higher end. On the lower end here, we've got about, it goes into the negative. So bankruptcy, I guess. It's on the lower end. Here, let's go ahead and take a look at the warrants. How are the warrants doing this week? Turn off all the drawings because there's too many of them for that view. We're creating still a bit of a bull flag there. It's coming off of a cup and handle. There's not much else to look at on the weekly because they haven't been around that long. If I turn off my hidden drawings here, you can see that we did come back to the 618 on the on this the fib levels. Came back to the 618, bounced off of that. That's pretty good as long as we continue to do that. We were barcoding between the 382 and the 5 for a while, and then this week we broke right through it all the way down. That was just all this week. We just broke all the way down to it, and that's pretty brutal. We might revisit 24 cents. That's entirely possible, especially if the next 2 weeks are pretty brutal. So be prepared for that. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. This candle here in May was the signal that this was going to happen, and yeah, we may see the 786 on this come through before we go into July. It's very possible. Okay, let's take a look at Mara. How's Mara doing here? Where are my effects? Thank you, Mara. So Mara is creating a nice little flag there. It's hanging out still in the flag, totally fine there. I mean, CleanSpark is too. You can see the weekly is worse than it was before on the BX trender, showing momentum is slowing, so that's not great. We can also see that on the stochastics, and it has also stalled out on the RSI. Really, this thing's got to get above $18. It's got to get above $18. Otherwise, we're just floundering here. Until it gets above $18, it's gonna just chop between 14 and 18. It's just gonna do that. If we lose this flag right here, if we lose it, and I'll draw it real quick. If we lose this flag here, and we go beneath it, which is this, oops, that's terrible. This level right there, about $14. Man, that drawing was bad. Around $14 here. I'll get closer. I'll do it better. If we go beneath 1390 on this, we're gonna have a bad time. Okay, that's all there is to it. I did Iren in a different video, but we'll look at it here on the weekly. It's showing a lot of strength compared to its peers. I think something is in the works with it. I do think it will see some pullback before it goes much higher, but you can see the BX trend is getting buying volume. It's getting buying pressure. The stochastics are still pointing up, getting buying pressure. The RSI is above 50, almost hitting 60 on the weekly. Buying pressure. It's everywhere on this thing. I don't know where my volume profile is or why it's not coming in, but is it loading or something? No, I have no idea why it's not there. But yeah, it's looking great right here. Looking great. We are at the top of this ascending channel though, so I wouldn't be surprised to see it dip a bit before going any higher. Like I wouldn't be surprised to see it come back to like, yeah, no, this white line. This white line's good. This one right here, this white line right there. I wouldn't be surprised to see it come back down to that around $10 and then try to launch from there. That's what I'm looking for next week. We came out of this nice falling wedge, which I'll delete it soon. This falling wedge here, that was beautiful. This setup that came up out of it, fantastic. I wouldn't be surprised again. $10, maybe 950, and then pop off from there is what I'm looking for on Iren, especially once whatever the reason for the buying today comes to light in the press. Whenever that happens, I'll be I expect this thing to launch up to like $14, maybe even $15 or $16 off of that news when we find out what it is. Let's move on to Riot. Okay, Riot for the weekly. Riot is looking not great, not bad. We're getting a bit of a bull flag up the top here. This, as long as we stay above this 21-week moving average at 913, we're doing pretty good. We lose that, then we come down to this yellow line here at 854. If we can take out the equilibrium price on the volume profile for the weekly here, which is about $11. Once we get that, we're gonna be cooking here. I mean, we do have the 200-week moving average right there at 1156. That's gonna hold us down, but we are above 50 on the RSI. The BX trender is printing, better momentum for this than it was for CleanSpark and Mara, right? The stochastics are pointing up and looking like they do want to, move upward for Riot. So Riot is looking good. Let's take a look at Btdigital. Btdigital was kind of atrocious this week. Look at that, minus 6.43% for the week. We came up to the 50-week moving average and failed. We closed slightly beneath my trend line here. That is bad. This thing, if it does not get a bid on Ethereum, honestly, this is going to require Ethereum to go up. It's going to come back down to $2 if Ethereum does not get a bid and get one soon. The stochastic is pointing. The fast one is pointing down. The mid one is pointing down. The slow one is trying to slope up. So it may give us a bull flag for a while. We rejected off the 50 RSI, and you can see here that the BX trender is also printing a lower high, so that's all bad for momentum for Btdigital. It lost its momentum. So let's take a look at Cifr. Cifr gave us a doji this week. The momentum though looks good. Look at that BX trender. The BX trender is looking pretty good. Why are things doing this to me? Come on. The BX trender looks really good. The stochastics are all pointing up. The RSI is right at 50. We got that doji there. I don't know, man. If we lose 355, we're gonna come back down to about $3. If we can clear this 423, we're gonna hit the 50-week, the 200-week moving average at 462, which might hold us underneath that for a bit. That might be a bit of a struggle, but once we break that, then we've got room up to like 562, 662, somewhere around there. For Cifr, and on the warrants, even more excitement there, because like once that breaks up, this thing's gonna find itself at $2 real fast. Let's take a look at Corz. How's Corz doing? Again, making a bit of a nice little flag there. This is showing strength compared to its peers. RSI is good. BX trender is good. Stochastics look pretty good. We may see a bit of a flag. It may come back down to about $10.93, $11, and then we'll see it launch from there. But yeah, this is looking pretty solid for Corz. Same with their warrants. Let's go look at Wulf real quick. Wulf, we rejected beneath the 200-week moving average. We're underneath on the RSI. The stochastics aren't looking good. They're flattening out. The fast is sloping down. The other two are flattening out. The BX trender is showing weakness on buying pressure. So this one, it needs to come up and clear above 492. Anything under 492, and I'm looking at it as weakness on Wulf. In fact, it took out this line, so I'm going to delete that. We are hanging right out here at this critical support line here. In fact, this one's not nearly as important. That critical support line there, yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. I'll get rid of some of these lines because I've got too many. Yeah, that's it for Wulf. It's got to climb up over 492. Otherwise, I'm not impressed. Not interested. Take a look at Hut. How's Hut doing? Hut lost angle 1 or angle 3, sorry, and angle 2 right now. It's right on angle 2. Unless that was angle 2, in which case angle 2 and angle 1 are basically the same. So I'm going to get rid of angle 2 as well. And I'm going to expect maybe maybe for it to go sideways long enough to touch angle 1 there, and then we'll start the game all over again. Yeah, if we lose this orange line right here, which, yeah, that's, what is that? 1628. We lose 1628. We're going to come down to the 200 week here and fill this fair value gap down here and come down to about 1436. If we can take out the high here up here at 1949, then we're looking good. But until then, we're not looking so good on HUT. Yeah, it's not like catastrophic compared to some, but it doesn't look great compared to others. Hive looks like complete garbage. We hit the 21 week and just rejected off of it real bad twice. This looks like a double top that came in. We lost the midpoint of that double top, so this is likely going to come back down to about 145. That's all I really got to say about that. Unless we take out those highs at 217, 145 is in the cards. And all the momentum is pointing that direction as well for Hive. Let's take a look at Btdr. Btdr was so promising, and now it looks bad. All right, so, in fact, it printed red on the weekly. Yeah, that's bad for Btdr. So we lost this line. We lost angle 2 and angle 1. So angle 2 and angle 1 were lost. That's bad. Hey, cancel that. So that's bad. So boom, those two are gone. This is my angle right now that I'm watching for resumption to the upside. But honestly, right now, the fact that we lost this flag here, we're down 11% this week. We got red on the BX trend. We came back under 50 on the RSI. I'm looking at this thing to hit the 200-week moving average right here at 1001 and maybe even lower before I'm interested in Btdr again. And Btdr's been a leader lately, so that's a little scary actually to see it doing that. That concerns me. So yeah, that's half that one. Soluna was bad. We're not going to cover the other ones. Okay, I will look at Bitfarms a little bit, just because look at this. Bitfarms 77 cents. What did I say about it when it broke this line? I said that it could come back all the way to 68 cents. We came less than 10 cents away from that. So this could be a double bottom from there, but I'm not interested in it until it breaks above the 21-week moving average here, which is at $1.11. So watching Bitfarms for that. I'm looking at it to come, but look at this. For 4 weeks in a row, we've been getting just a decreasing pressure. The stochastic's pointing straight down, and the RSI has just been looking super, super, super weak. So I wouldn't be surprised, again, if we hit that 68 cents or even a little bit lower before moving up on Bitfarms again. So that's basically all I got to say about that one. Anyways, I believe that's all I've got for now. That's the weekly closes on the Bitcoin miners. Go ahead. So with that said, please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description, as well as the channel bio. Check out Capital Curiosities. That link is also in the description. If you find yourself on one of their videos after being here, comment TC on that video for me. That would be very greatly appreciated and will help me out a lot. And then also check out the channel memberships. We got those now 3 different levels: soda straw, stalactite, and stalagmite. Stalagmite being the most expensive level, and the level where I will give you up to the minute trade information on trades that I am taking or setups that I am looking at. Anyways, that's all I've got for you. With that said, please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description, as well as the channel bio. Don't forget to check out Capital Curiosities. If you find yourself over there watching one of their videos, go ahead and comment TC for me. I would greatly appreciate that, so they know where you came from, and have a profitable day.